What's up guys, I'm CTM Amygdala and welcome back to my final Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War Beta Weekend 1 video. For next weekend, I'm going to have more videos going up for the Beta Weekend 2 with the new game mode called Fireteam, and this is a 40 player game mode with teams of 4 on large maps. And we have 2 maps confirmed already. The first one is called Rucka, which we saw in the trailer. And this one takes place in a forest with cabins and stuff. And then the second map is called Alpine, which takes place on a snowy mountain with ski slopes. Now, within this week, and between the time the full game launches and the beta ends, I'm going to be uploading more of my Metro Last Light walkthrough and possibly my Metro Exodus walkthrough. So make sure to subscribe so you guys don't miss that. And I also upload daily for a steady stream of content for you guys. Now, for this video, I'm going to be talking about my honest thoughts on this game. What I like about it, what I don't like about it, and what I think should be added to the game before the full game releases. So if you guys enjoy this video, make sure to smash that like button, and now let's get into it. Alright, so I just want to start off by saying, personally, I think this game is fantastic. I honestly think it's one of the best Call of Duties we've had in the last 5 years. And it really all comes down to preference, because I am personally more of a Black Ops guy than a Modern Warfare guy. And I feel like they put the same amount of effort into this game than they did for Modern Warfare, but it holds that more classic Black Ops feel, like faster movement, longer time to kill, brighter, more vibrant color scheme, things like that. So personally, I really enjoyed it, and there were only 2 real complaints that I had about this game, so I think I'm going to start with that. And I am going to be comparing the game to Modern Warfare a lot, since this is the last Call of Duty that came out. So just a heads up for you guys, there are things that I think this game does do better, and there's also things that I think this game should port over from Modern Warfare. But for the first thing on my bad side is the rocket launchers. The rocket launchers felt extremely weak in this game. I felt like the lock-on launcher was missing the UAV half the time, and the lock-on launchers were also taking like 4 or 5 rockets to shoot down any kind of helicopter, tank, boat, whatever it is. And then my second complaint is obviously skill-based matchmaking. This game has extremely strong skill-based matchmaking, almost like Modern Warfare. The first day I was doing really good. I had multiple games where I was like 6 KD with 40 kills, 2 to 3 KD with 30 kills, and some games where I'd go more even, like give or take a couple of kills or deaths. And then on Sunday, I started having more and more games where it was a couple of really good games, a couple of games right around the middle, and then a couple of games where I was just getting absolutely crapped on. And one thing that I also noticed was in the games where I was getting absolutely crapped on, my connection was absolutely horrible. I'm talking like I was putting like 5 bullets into people directly at them and none of them were registering. I feel like right now this game has a higher skill-based matchmaking than connection game matchmaking, and it's obvious, like it's really bad. So that's definitely one big complaint that I have, is they're prioritizing skill over connection for matchmaking, which sometimes leads to really good games and other times leads to really bad games. And it's not even necessarily the player, it's just if they've got a significantly better connection than you, they're almost always going to win the fight, no matter what. And now I'm going to be getting into the things that I really do like about the game, and then lastly the things that I want to see added before the game comes out. Alright, so for the good, I want to start off with one of the biggest features of this game that's brand new, and this is going to be the Fov Slider. It lets you see way more around you, and this is going to be now on both consoles and PC, whereas before it was only on PC, so this is a huge change and improvement to the consoles. They also updated the advanced settings, so now you can toggle HUD options, like you can turn off names, health bars, and stuff like that. And they also brought back map voting, which is a huge thing that they got rid of before for Modern Warfare. And then they also brought back the Gunsmith from Modern Warfare, which I personally felt was one of the best additions in Modern Warfare. Or not felt like, I would say it was the best addition in Modern Warfare. Now for the second thing, I really prefer the movement system in this game. It's a lot faster and caters more towards run and gun, while you can also still play more tactical and slow if you want to, but it just gives you that option to run and gun more. Now the third thing is I prefer the color and art scheme of this game. Now, like I said before, the color and art scheme just follows the more traditional Black Ops look, and I like how much more vibrant and colorful they are over the more diluted and bland color scheme from Modern Warfare. And some examples of this are just like the neon buildings and the lights on Miami, which you're looking at right now. And pretty much everything down to like the color scheme of the trees and the grass on Cartel, the snow on Crossroads, and even the sand on Satellite compared to the sand on Azure Cave from Modern Warfare. There's a huge difference between the color scheme of the two. And I just definitely way prefer the Black Ops look. Another thing that they really improved in this game is the Gunsmith from Modern Warfare. They updated it a lot to where now in Modern Warfare the attachment would only tell you what it would increase or decrease, whereas in this game it goes down into exact percentages and numbers. So for example, in Modern Warfare the foregrip would just say that it decreased recoil, whereas in this game the foregrip will say decreases horizontal recoil by say 10%. And it even goes into the exact numbers. There's an option to put that to where you could say you want to put on a quick draw and it says increases aim down sight speed by, let's say, like 60%, and then you can click details and it'll show standard aim down sight speed for the MP5 is say 300 milliseconds, and if it'll actually show, if you put on the quick draw, it'll reduce it down to say 220 milliseconds. But it actually shows those exact numbers now in this game, which is a huge addition to the Gunsmith. Another thing that I like about this game is it brings back classic Black Ops weapons, like the Commando, which is now called the XM4, the Enfield, which is now called the Krig, the RPD, the AK-47U, and even more. I'm hoping that they also put in the Galil and the Cold War era FAMAS into the full game, because those are just guns I'd really like to see. And the last thing that I really like about this game is that they brought back wildcards, which allow you to put 3 extra attachments on weapons and also carry 6 perks rather than 3 if you want to. Okay, and now for the things that I want them to add into the game before the full game comes out. There's going to be 3 of these in particular, and the first one is going to be similar camo challenges to how they had it in Modern Warfare. I really like how they had it set up in Modern Warfare, where you had to level the gun up all the way to say 60 or 70, And then along the way you could unlock camos for each different category. And I also really liked how they had you do 25 to 35 3-kill streaks rather than bloodthirsties. It just made that whole category 1,000 times more bearable, and I prefer it significantly over the bloodthirsties for dark matter in previous Black Ops games. And I also want to see something more like dark matter come back for the final camo. I know it's not realistic and it's reactive, but I feel like that's what makes the Black Ops games really fun and entertaining, is those kind of quirky things. And I think dark matter would be something that would just be really cool while not really affecting the game too much, because how often do you really like look at other people's camos unless you're like actually picking up their gun? And then the second thing that I want to see is some like sort of dynamic weather. Like in this game so far from the beta, we had a night map, which is the one I'm playing right now, and we had a couple of snow maps, but they weren't actually snowing. Like I want to see things like snowstorms, sandstorms, and like rain. But I also don't want them to be like Arsenal Sandstorm, if you guys remember that. I don't want any of that. I want them to kind of learn from their mistakes and upgrade it to where they could implement something like that and not have it be absolutely disastrous. And then the last thing that I want to see is I want them to bring back the prestige system, and this is absolutely the biggest thing for me. I've been hammering down this a lot. I think I've made 3 videos about this already. I did not like the seasonal system for Modern Warfare at all. It didn't reward us at all, and the prestige system is just 1,000 times better in my opinion. And at the least I want to see a brand new progression system. I just really do not want to see these seasonal levels return, because I just really did not like them. And on top of just wanting to see the prestige system come back, it also rewarded us a lot more. I personally finished Damascus back in January, which made Modern Warfare very bland and dry really quickly, because there really wasn't any like strong progression system in the game. It just resets you every season, and then you go back up to 55. There's really no point in it, other than the Battle Pass, which was put alongside the prestige system in previous CODs. So I don't see why they could do it again, to have both a rewarding progression system and the Battle Pass alongside it. But anyway, that's my take on this game. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like and smash that subscribe button so you guys don't miss any more of my content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.